Title: The Law School Scam, a Daughter's Deception and a Mother's Ruin. Welcome, everyone, to a truly astonishing tale that sounds more like a twisted movie plot than real life. Today, we're diving deep into a shocking case of betrayal, manipulation, and an unthinkable amount of money. Imagine a mother's heartache, believing her daughter was lost, only to discover she was ensnared in a web of deceit, spun by someone who preyed on her deepest fears. This is the story of a 30-year-old woman, let's call her Ms. Kim, who allegedly swindled a staggering 5.8 billion Korean won, that's roughly $4.2 million, from an unsuspecting victim. The cruel twist? The scam was built on the fabricated premise of supporting a runaway daughter's law school tuition. Can you even begin to fathom such cold-hearted deception? Our story begins with the victim, a mother desperate to reconnect with her estranged daughter. The daughter had left home, and the mother was understandably consumed with worry. It's during this vulnerable period that Ms. Kim entered the picture, seemingly as a ray of hope. She somehow gained the mother's trust, convincing her that she knew the whereabouts of her runaway daughter. Ms. Kim then spun an elaborate narrative. The daughter was apparently enrolled in a prestigious law school, but she was struggling financially. The mother, desperate for any connection to her child and driven by an overwhelming desire to support her perceived academic ambitions, began sending money. This wasn't a one-time transaction. Oh no, this was a relentless, calculated campaign of extortion that stretched over years. From May 2017 to January 2024, an astonishing 2,580 transactions were made. Let's pause for a moment and consider that number: 2,580. That's an average of more than one transaction per day for nearly 7 years. Each transfer, a fresh cut to the victim's financial and emotional well-being. Ms. Kim's tactics were insidious. She didn't just ask for tuition. She concocted a never-ending list of fabricated emergencies and expenses. There were alleged admission fees to the law school, study abroad, costs for fictional international programs, apartment rental fees for non-existent student housing, and even living expenses for the supposedly struggling law student. Each request was designed to pull at the mother's heartstrings, to exploit her guilt, her love, and her desperate hope for her daughter's future. The victim, blinded by a mother's unconditional love and a deep desire to provide the best for her child, emptied her savings, borrowed heavily, and even sold property to keep up with these relentless demands. Can you imagine the emotional toll this must have taken? The constant anxiety, the hope flickering with each demand, only to be extinguished by another, even more urgent need. The sheer volume and frequency of these transactions suggest a meticulous and highly manipulative scheme. Ms. Kim wasn't just opportunistically asking for money. She was actively managing a complex, fictional financial life for a person who wasn't truly there in the way the mother believed. She played the role of a trusted intermediary, perhaps even a close friend of the daughter, providing updates, relaying messages, and constantly fabricating new reasons for financial assistance. The police investigation revealed the extent of this deception. They confirmed that the daughter was never enrolled in law school, nor was she in any of the dire financial straits described by Ms. Kim. The daughter was simply estranged, living her own life, completely unaware of the elaborate fraud being perpetrated in her name. The shocking truth is that the 5.8 billion won was not used for any legitimate educational expenses. It was allegedly funneled directly into Ms. Kim's pockets, funding her own lavish lifestyle, or perhaps fueling other unknown ventures. The audacity of such a crime is truly breathtaking. This case serves as a stark reminder of how cunning and ruthless some individuals can be, and how easily vulnerable individuals can fall prey to elaborate scams. It highlights the importance of verifying information, especially when it involves significant financial transactions and emotional appeals. It's a painful lesson that even those we trust, or those who claim to be helping, can sometimes be the very ones who inflict the most damage. As the legal proceedings unfold, One can only hope that justice will be served for the victim, and that this heinous act of exploitation will be met with the full force of the law. This story is a poignant testament to the power of a mother's love, but also a chilling warning about the dark side of human manipulation. It reminds us to be vigilant, to question, and to protect ourselves and our loved ones from those who seek to exploit our deepest affections for their own nefarious gains. What are your thoughts on this truly heartbreaking case? Let us know in the comments below, and remember to like and subscribe for more insightful stories.